Alright guys, what's up? Appa here. Today we'll be playing some Artifact Cube. There is a new queue in Magic Online for I think a week, and this is going to be Artifact Cube. It was pushed forward, right? It was going to be actually like later, I think next year, but it was pushed forward to today, so I'm going to be playing with it. Generally speaking, there is like a lot of synergies with artifacts. There's no much non-artifact things to be doing, so it's going to be a bit more linear. And it seems to be a bit slower. There is no power, for example. There is no like balance and broken things like broken spells. So it's going to be more about creating the best synergy, similar to maybe Leave the Dream Cube, something like that. And as you can see, there are a lot of different things you could be doing, like equipments or sacrificing artifacts or cheating artifacts or getting triggers of casting artifacts. And there's like a lot of things to be doing. So an interesting thing is that there is no green, so it's going to be like a Breia's color non-green cube. Another interesting thing, there are 4 bridges per color pair and 2 dual lands. There is also fetches and some creature lands, all of them artifacts. Yeah, nothing crazy here, like Urza Saga is pretty powerful, the rest is like whatever. So that means that there is a lot of ways to fix your mana. I think bridges are going to be a high pick, since as you can see there are very few cards that aren't artifacts or care about artifacts, like maybe 0, not sure. Even the counterspells, like you have Stoic Rebuttal over counterspell, so as you can see it's more about having those artifacts synergies and not about the power. So that's, yeah, I just wanted to do like a brief rundown of the format and all that. Seems to be a format about synergy and a format about you know, finding your lane and all that. So it's not going to be about forcing a color, though. By looking at the colors, I aim towards white because it has a lot of good aggressive creatures and has a lot of artifact removal, which seems to be very important. So yeah, that's more or less my point of view. I think white might be one of the best colors. It has like very good aggression and very good pressure and a lot of good synergies. So yeah, I'm going to go for that, I think, at least for the start. Yeah, so let's go to the draft and see there. Oh my god, that took forever. I was like in queue for I don't know a long time, like almost 30 minutes. It's pretty early on, so I understand, but kind of annoying. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a dual land. I don't think it's that necessary. Urza Saga is just, it's going to be pretty strong. This can't fetch bridges, but I'm pretty sure we will find something to tutor for. Other good cards, Retrofit Foundry. This is very good. Doesn't look like it, but it's pretty good. Treasure chest, whatever. Signal pest is whatever. There is the talisman cycle. There isn't signets, only talismans. Dual land. So yeah, I think it's not even close. It's maybe Urza Saga into Foundry. Maybe the Pure Steel if you want to force artifacts, equipment, sorry, since it has the trigger of drawing cards. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I think Urza Saga is pretty good. I don't know if I could consider like power, but Mox Opal is power in this cube. I don't know what they picked before this. It's pretty weird. There is the Hex Parasite. It's a nice combo with the Urza Saga. You can keep it around and you can fetch it with it. Yep. There is Fire Exa Metamorph, generally speaking, pretty good card. Cold Steel Heart, only out there. Prophetic Prism, good fixing. Pirate Spellbomb, it's good to recur. It's one of the best spellbombs to recur. Like I think there are some amount of ways of recurring spellbombs, and there are like I don't know, LED or Black Lotus recur. So I think these are kind of a high pick if you end up in that kind of aspect, having a lot of ways to recur your things. You want something to be that sacrifices itself, but Mox Opal is really strong and works very well with the Saga 2. So we're off a very good start here, I would say. Alright. And this also keeps us open. This is good in aggro control, combo, anything. Here there is a Software Engineer, pretty good aggressive cards. Same with Mirrorsmith, pretty good cards in aggressive decks. Mirror Bathysphere, pretty strong if you can ramp it out. Tesla the Seeker, again, really good card, but I really like Arcbone Ravager. Just generally speaking, especially early on in these formats, I want to be very aggressive since I don't really know what's happening. So having something that just puts a lot of pressure, makes it very difficult to block and all that, seems like a good idea. There are a lot of artifact lands too that makes the Ravager really, really good. So again, I don't think it's close, but there are good cards there too. Alright. Steel Overseer goes well with this. There is a Dispeller capsule. This is an amazing card. It's one of the cheaper disenchants and is recoverable and an artifact, so pretty good. The Steel Overseer though works very well with the Ravager, with the Urza Saga token. It's just that aggressive affinity kind of star we're having. Igmoth, again, really good too if we are up on that. And we are all artifacts, colorless artifacts. So we are looking pretty good here. We can be any color, so just keep us open. I think this is a really, really strong start. I don't think I have ever had this strongest start ever. Blacksmith skill is really good if you are in aggressive decks. Like I think we want to be white, probably white or under red. And Blacksmith skill is like it's a dispel that pumps your creatures really, really strong, and we have good creatures to protect too, so I think it's really strong. Phyrexian Scriptures doesn't kill anything we have yet, and that's pretty good too. Opportunistic Dragon seems fine. It's like kind of a pseudo Oblivion Ring effect. You can sacrifice the thing that steals, but that's it. This, I don't know what this does. Artifact Graveyard on the bottom, weird. Alright, yeah, I don't really like that. This is okay. Yeah, no, Blacksmith skill is fine. Goldmere is pretty good. Piston Sledge, I don't know what this does. Okay, so it's a sacrifice outlet for artifacts. Okay. Fracture is really good. Heartless Pillage is okay. Hope of Gearport is pretty insane. This is the converge thing. I don't think I'm going to be converging. Weatherlight is 4/5 flyer for 4, and when it deals combat damage, you search for a historic in the top 5. Okay, I think I'm going to go for the Goldmere. Just good fixing, an artifact creature. There's also the Hope of Gearport. I would pick that over this. Ooh, Smuggler's Copter is insane. This card is really, really strong. There's also a Stone Cold Serpent, which I would play, and a Crystalline Giant, which also seems fine. But if you're aggressive, like, the Copter is going to be amazing, so. An evasive creature that loots, very, very strong too. Well, that's what I want to be doing. Let me just, oh, I forgot to do this. I always forget to do that. Alright, let's see. Here we have a Chroma's Vengeance, amazing card. Memnite, it's a bit, I don't know. I don't really like that. This is First Strike Vigilance, +1/+1 for each artifact. Okay. This is like makes an artifact into a shock. I don't think I want Memnite, or maybe I do. Yeah, I'm going to pick the Memnite. Just, I think we're going to be very aggressive here, so I'm going to go for that. Treasure Chest, Defiant Salvager is fine. The sacrifice being sorcery really hurts it, but I think I'm going to pick the land here. Alright, so we are having a deck. Hex Parasite is good. There is the Pirate Spellbomb we wanted, but Hex Parasite, yeah, I think this is going to be fine. We have the Urza Saga and can remove +1/+1 counters, which is, I don't know if it's a sub-theme, but there are a couple of cards that put counters on it, like we saw several already, like Arbon Ravager, Steel Overseer, we saw the Stone Cold Serpent. There are other ways of other creatures that have +1/+1 counters. And also, it's annoying against Planeswalkers too, since you can just remove all the counters from them and hit them for a bunch. Alright, Alchemist Vial is a cantrip that can be like a folder effect. Thought Engineer is pretty good on a land. I think I'm going to go for the land first. Dispellers is amazing. I'm going to pick the Dispellers and just be happy with it. And be on the lookout for ways to recur it. Okay, so we have like kind of a very open start. We could be playing white, we could be playing other colors. I really like these two cards, especially in our deck. I want a bit more 3-drops, you know, a bit more power. Holding, what's this? What does this do? I don't know about this. This is, I don't think I want any of those. I'm going to pick the Mastic or the Cyber. Fracture or Spear of Heliod. Whatever. Let's pick the Fracture. Let's see. Ancient Stone Idol to the Cyber. Okay. So we have a really strong start already. Fracture is really good if we end up having ways to play it. Alright. Let's see. Here we have not anything really broken. We have a Flare Husk, which I really like. Foresight Engineer is also really strong. Co-worker Puzzle Out is a way of creating a lot of artifacts from one card. Okay, Scuttling Dome Engine is 6/6 for 6. It's good, but like doesn't do much. There's a Hangerback, I also like that. Really good with the Steel Overseer and the Urban Ravager. But I think I'm going to go for the Porcelain Legionnaire. I think we are looking to be aggro more than anything else. Glowstone Golem seems pretty good. We don't have many non-artifacts. I don't know what this does. This is a Bone Splitter. Now when it hits, you can destroy enchantments. Don't care about that. Flooded Strand is really good. Damn if you're on control, but I think I'm going to pick the Golem. It's just a 4 mana big creature, and also has the upside that we have all of our spells are these two spells are like artifacts, so it's not going to be as insane as in Vintage Cube, where like Storm and all that, but just stopping our opponent from playing stuff seems like a nice 4-drop, especially if it's in a 5/3 body that synergizes with our stuff. Alright. Let's see where we end up. So far I like my start. I would like more 1-drops and maybe a color, like a strong pull to a color. Maybe blue for affinity or white for the modular kind of synergies. Is everything alright there? I think so. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Antiquity Sword is really strong. Sabbath is, like, if I recall correctly, pretty good too. It's good with modular. And can gain flying, alright. Otherwise, we have got Homunculus, which is a 2/2 for 1 with an Awesome artifact. So that's kind of weird. This is if we cast 5 spells, we put counters, and this creates artifacts, mirrors. Okay. Molten Frame looks like with removal. I'm between these two. And also the Mystic Forge. Oh my god, we have a lot of stuff for Mystic Forge. Maybe it's just Mystic Forge. I think I'm going to go for that. It's like kind of a bit do nothing, but at the same time it's really strong. So it casts all of our spells. So 4 cards, you might reveal an artifact, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom. Whenever one or more artifacts enter the battlefield, put a counter. This triggers once each turn. That looks pretty good. There is also Bolt Scourge. Birthing Pod, I don't think we are on Birthing Pod, but this is pretty good. Some Shram's Expert is also pretty good too. But I'm going to go for the Ingenious Smith. I think we have a nice Ingenious Smith deck, right? Okay. Yeah, this is looking fine. I don't know if I'm playing the Fracture. May I just play this the Silver Bluff bridge as an off-color bridge, since we have so much colorless stuff. Gas Casket looks like nice removal spell. There's also the ready, but we are so far off from that. Skilled Surveyor is pretty good, their bridge is also good, but I think I want some amount of removal, and I haven't seen that much removal in this cube. Alright. Clockwork Servant. It's a 3 mana 2/3 cantrip. Riddlesmith. Free Looter. Okay. Godwyn Pick is kind of whatever. Yeah, this pack is not great. So I could be playing blue too. Do we have something in the sideboard? We have Fracture and that's it. May I just pick the Servant? If we end up on mono white, it's going to be like pretty good. Okay. Nanifica Passion is a good card, but we don't have like that. We don't have many equipment. Marinette Master is insane, but we can't really play that, so I don't care about that. Okay. Alright, so this is like the stick, the Isoconceptor, but for artifacts. Interesting. When Invitation is a cantrip that makes a creature unblockable, Cataclysmic Gearhawk. I think I'm going to pick this and maybe play it. Okay, so here we have a couple of really good cards. We have this Double Strike, power equal to the number of artifacts we control, and has Ward, so it's pretty good. But there's also Gingerbrute. Same power level, right? The thing is, I think we want to be aggressive, and this is a 5-drop. Still, it's pretty close, I think. They're on the opposite side of the spectrum. I think we want both. I think I'm going to go for the Brute. It's better with equipment than I think we want to be, equipment if we're on white. And also it's feeling the curve, which is what we want to. We'll see if the was correct or not. I think the other card is insane, but it's a 5-drop, so I think we want to be like very aggressive, 15 land aggro deck. I think our curve wants to be topping up on Dawson Golems and Mystic Fortress. Okay, Prototype Portal, we can create like for a lot of mana we can copy artifacts. We can make like copies of Steel Overseer or whatever. Okay, the puzzle note is not great. The rest I don't really care about. I think I'm going to pick the Bear Husk. It's a nice card to have in aggro decks. Okay, nothing here for us. Disciple of the Bolt is pretty insane and we already have a black card. Daredevil is nice if you have this card outlets. I'm going to pick this and see. Maybe if we end up on good fixing, we can play the Disciple and the Fracture. I'm going to put them in the main deck for now. We don't need to be mono white, and it doesn't seem particularly open either. I think this is also a cube of 570 cards with like very few spells that are actually colored. So signals are kind of weird. Sabbath the Glimmer Wasp, 1/1 modular. That's, I don't know if this ability sits itself. I don't think so. But still pretty good. The other were also relatively good, but yeah, we're filling our curve now with good stuff. I'm liking where we're looking. Cataclysmic Gearhawk might be nice in the sideboard too. It's kind of not great, but it's also a creature, so if your opponent is on aggro and we bring that in, they can just keep like a top and we keep a 4 or 5 vigilance duel. That seems pretty good. Forsaken Monument, that should be insane, right? It has so many colorless stuff. Phyrexian Revoker is nice interaction. Master Splicer is also good. Chief of Foundry also pretty good. I really like this though. Maybe we can wheel something about that, something like that. I would love the Phyrexian Revoker just having that kind of needle effect. It's pretty good. But this just goes off, right? I don't know, because, well, it's a 5 mana spell, but it buffs all of our creatures, gains life. This should be good, and I think we are fine with our top end now. I don't think we want more top end. Okay, Mirror Forcer is insane. Power Depot is also pretty good. Archaeologist, I don't remember this. Okay, so similar to the Smith, but costs 4 mana, so no. Ursa is pretty good, but I don't think we are on that. It's good if you have like Planeswalkers because it can protect them. Temper Steel, yeah, that's not bad either. Maybe we can wheel that, hopefully. Just keep the Mirror Enforcer. We have a good amount of playables, but I think the Mirror Enforcer is going to be really good too, in our deck at least. Bone Splitter, Clark and Ironworks, I don't think so. Ancestral Blade is like not great, right? Thraben Inspector is good. I think we want the Bone Splitter. This card is pretty good. Maybe we prefer the Ancestral Blade, right? I don't know exactly what to play here. I like all of these. Like all of these 4 cards would be pretty good in our deck. Even the Silversmith, the Silver Mirror is pretty good. I want the Ancestral Blade. Okay, Omat Bazaar Barge is a 4 mana 5/5 3. That's not what I want. It is a 1/2 for 1. If we have blue mana, we can look at the top X. Okay, it's a bit, do nothing. This is alright. Mythos of Snapdax. Okay. Junk Diver. May I just pick the Junk Diver for the sideboard? I already have the Cataclysmic Gearhold. I don't think we want 2 of those effects. And we kind of go wide, so I don't think I care about that. Oh, look, Memory Jar is in the queue. Nice. Okay, so here we have the Toolcraft Exemplar or the Sojourner's Companion. 1 mana 3/2 or 0 mana 4/4. It's close actually. I think I want the Exemplar. We don't have that many bridges, so I think we want, something that's a bit more reliable. Okay, Giver of Runes is pretty good in Acro. Bard Spike is also nice. Oh, it's only gives +1+, so I could play the Hollow, but I think I'm going to cut black. I think we have enough playables. So it's between Giver of Runes, Modern Construct. Yeah, I think it's fine. Giver of Runes is pretty good. It's not Mother of Runes, but Mother of Runes is not in the queue. And this can get protection from colorless too, so. Alright, so we're looking to be a very aggressive white deck. I think I'm going to play the Off-Color Bridge. We'll see. Maybe we don't. I need to check what the combos are with that. We have like Ingenious Means to find that and triggers it. The Ravager can sacrifice it. Bumps the Mirror Enforcer. The rest doesn't really matter. Okay. We'll see. We have 23 playables. And I'm going to count the Moxopal as a land. This is insane. I can't believe we had it second pick. I was like looking at the list on the queue, and it was like, this is the Mox of the queue. It's like if you play this, if you see this, you pick it. Like what can you pick over this? I have no clue. So we'll see. So far I really like my deck. I think it's pretty good. I would like creature lands because we are aggressive and we don't need the fixing. We have like 6-7 spells, white spells. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Soul of the Animist, no. 3 mana instant, create 2 mirror. Alright. I don't care about any of this. What does this do? No. I don't want another 5-drop. This is a 1-3 that isn't very aggressive. I don't think I want this either. Maybe. Okay, Pamnotic Mirror, what's this? Oh, weird. Thraxos is... yeah, I like Thraxos. Just 4 mana 7/7 looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. Dancing Sword of Chief. Chief of the Foundry is going to be pretty good here. And yeah, we'll see what we cut. But Chief of the Foundry is going to pump most of our creatures. Thraxos, we only need to cast Historics. So lands don't trigger it, but like Mox Opal, all of our creatures except these 2, 3, and the Blacksmith skill, so maybe most of our spells just untap it. Okay, we will the Temper Steel. I think I'm going to play it. We'll see how this goes. I think this is a pretty nice affinity artifact aggro deck. Maybe we missed on some of the broken equipment. I think that would have been pretty good to pump up our spells. Like the, you know, Memnite by itself is like not really that good, but if you have like ways to pump it, it's pretty good. And we have the Forsaken Monument, Temper Steel, and the Chief. Yeah, I think I play this Bone Splitter. Alright, this is going to be a weird one to build. We'll see. I don't think I want the Bombard Vassal Barge. That doesn't seem like what this deck wants. If it was like evasion vehicle, maybe, but alright, yeah, maybe. So for example, you play this for 4 mana, it's a +3/+3. 4 mana +3/+3 is pretty good. Though if you trade, it shrinks a bit. Alright. Okay, so we end up on pretty good deck, I would say. I really like most of our stuff. We'll see if we can build something cool here. So I'm going to go build the deck and be right back. See ya. Alright, so I already built the deck. It looks very streamlined. 15 lands, counting the Mox Opal. We cut the Clockwork Servants, the Bolmir, that's it for this build. I think that's more or less correct. The current kind of iffy about is Sabbath. Turns out it's more or less a Urban Worker in my deck. Though that still seems fine, so I'll play it. It's like, it's not impressive, but it's fine. It's also gonna gain flying in my deck. Have a couple of red sources if I want to sacrifice something. I don't know why I would. And that's more or less it. So also it's an artifact creature, so that's pretty good with the Chief, the Temper Steel, the Forsaken Monument, all that. So yeah, let's go to the matches. See you then. Alright, game match number 1 is Loopy. We're on the play. That's pretty nice. This hand is really bad. Oh my god. Alright, that's better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now the question is if we start with the Brutes or we try to go for turn 2 play. I think I'm going to put the Thraxos to the bottom. No, maybe just the Lowstone. Alright, so this is about, so if we play the Brute on turn 1, we can play a 2-drop yet, and we're on the play, so we don't want that. So I'm going to go for the turn 2 Sculptor, I think. And then if we draw a land, we can play these 2. Alright, I need to put the thingy. Let me check real quick. Show preview pane. Okay, there we go. Now everything is where it should. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let me play this. Let me play cancel the copter. I think I'll play the Memnite. I could save it, but in case they have something that kills a non-creature artifact for some whatever reason, I want to have this. Or if they have a flash haste creature also, that blocks it. Also, it can attack for 1 next turn too, so it makes sense to cast it now. Okay, just a chalice. Maybe just not a chalice. The Retrofitter Foundry is pretty good. This is Thopters into 4/4s, that is very scary. And the rest is 2 mana to create a servo. That's what they can do next turn. I think I can deal with a servo. So now the question is if I play 2 creatures or 1. I think I play 2. Play the Giver in the Gingerbrute, hit for a bunch. So I hit him for 5 this turn, which is pretty good. And we can loot. I think I'll discard this if I don't find something better than that, like a 4-drop when we don't have lands and we don't want to be drawing lands either. It's not that great, so. Okay, hit you for a bunch. Let's loot. Okay. Alright, do I want the Mox? I think I prefer the Mox over the Traxos. Traxos is pretty good, but we need the lands for that, so yeah. I don't want to be keeping lands. The Mox at least can do stuff. I'm going to keep it in hand for now. Alright. Let's see what they do. Spectre, okay. 3/2. That doesn't interact with that. Bag of Holding. Just a loot. Alright. I can play this. I play this. Oh, cancel. I want to do it like so. Wait. I think I will not attack with the Memnite, so it makes sense to attack with the Brute and the Copter. I could give something protection, but I believe that I just keep that. So let's do it like so. Do they have something? That would be interesting. They are kind of tapped out. I still have an artifact that costs 1. Alright. Just in case, I'm going to attack first and then activate. That's the correct sequencing. And let's loot. Okay. So I think I discard the Mox. The Mox is really, really strong. It's basically an artifact land and then there's adapt. It's not much more than that, but I think I prefer to have my creatures. I can play the Ravager. And we have the Giver of Runes, so protected. So now the question is if I play the Ravager or if I play the Legionnaire. I think I'll play the Ravager since a sack outlet in case they have something. I'm not sure what I'm playing around. I don't believe there is like Bandit Blast or something like that. That would be nuts in this cube, so. Alright. Okay, so they can use this to make a servo. They don't have anything else. This is like a loot spell that can then be used to return all the things that you discarded. Okay, they just conceded. Nice. Alright, yeah, this hand was pretty aggressive. We discarded a card that we couldn't cast and a Mox that we didn't need, so kind of good, not gonna lie. So Master's Call can be useful if we think that's fine. I don't know what they are playing, sorry, so let's see. I don't think we changed much. The bond and construct is fine too if we want to be more aggressive even. I think we need to. Yeah, let's just run it back. Glass casket, we saw this one target for that. Yeah, let's just run it back and see how we do. Alright. We can cyber into black if we see that we want the disciple, for example, if they are also on some kind of sacrifice creatures or sacrifice artifacts plan. That's pretty good mirror breaker because it's triggers of your opponent's sacrifice too. Wow, this hand is bonkers. Oh my god. I can't use the Mox Opal turn 1, but I can do like a lot of things on turn 2, so I can do like Gingerbrute into turn 2 Ravager. Okay, they just play the bubble. Let me see, do I want the Ursa Saga? I don't think I want the Ursa Sagas yet. Because if I play now, then in the next turn I want to be activating it. And I can't. So what I want to be doing is just attack with the Brute. And I don't need to expose my Mox Opal to destruction. They look at my top. Okay, so they know the top card of my library. I need to remember that. Okay, so next turn I can go turn 2, probably Plains again, and Legionnaire Opal. Maybe if we don't have anything else to do, we can activate the Gingerbrute, which is kind of cool. Just continue the pressure. And I like the Gingerbrute because it's an aggressive card that also goes well with the with augmentation. We have a lot of augmentation. Okay, they do that again. And Bolt Scourge. Okay, I'm gonna for the trader, I think. Okay, they know about Chief of the Foundry. Alright. So I think my play here is land Legionnaire Opal activate attack. Maybe I prefer the Ravager in case they have removal. I think it's the Legionnaire puts more pressure now. They are going to start making tokens here. We also have the tokens and our tokens are probably going to be better. We also have the casket to remove this. I don't need to do that yet. I think I prefer to save this for the tokens. Okay, so let's do that. Let's play this. Let's play this. Attack for 1. Activate. Alright. They can attack us back, being 1 life, but we have the Ursa Legionnaire, which hits for a bunch. Let's see how many artifacts they end up having this turn. We can play the Chief of the Foundry too, and they know that. So that's going to be a 4/2 first strike, so we need to have something else. Yeah, this is pretty good. Also 2/3 bodies, not bad, and also an artifact creature. They probably attack here, since they are not going to be able to block. Yeah, that makes sense. They just pass. Okay, so they are going to make a token. The token is going to be a 4/4. So if we just play the Chief of the Foundry, that should be enough. And we have 1 extra mana that we can use on the Gingerbrutes. Okay. Chief of the Foundry. Attack. They need to create a token now. Now we make this unblockable. Alright. They can't really block. Next turn they're going to have 2 5/5s at least. We can remove one with the casket and play the Ravager too. Alright. They tutor for something, so they're going to be 6/6. It's pretty strong. Oh, we also want to be using the Saga, so if we want to draw a land actually. Okay, they find the Foundry, which is pretty good. Okay, the Grief, that's annoying, given that we had the casket here. Maybe they don't see the casket as a good remove spell. It's pretty insane against them, right now at least. And they remove the Ravager, but we'll see. Okay. I think they made the correct play here using the Grief. Like, they weren't going to have enough time to use Grief and this 5-drop. Too clunky. So it makes sense for them to do this, especially because they are missing land drops, I think. Yeah, so the correct play is here to attack. And we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s. Okay. We gain that ability, we play the land, which is pretty good since we can play now this. And we really can't attack, but we can pass here. The things that we poop out are going to be like 6/6. So if they don't have anything else to do, they can attack as 7/7s. Alright, that's kind of annoying. I can also just block and sacrifice the Brew. I don't think I want to do that, but I can. I can also block and sacrifice to the Ravager, which is kind of okay. Just make a giant army next turn. And let's see what we can tutor for. We can tutor Memnite, Savas, Hex Parasite, which isn't that great, I don't think. Well, the Hex Parasite can remove this token here. We can go for Flare Husk, which is a creature. Bone Splitter, we'll see. Pretty sure they just attack here. Oh wow, they don't. Interesting. Not what I expected. Alright, let's create a token. I don't know why they paid life here. They paid life. I miscounted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it has +1/+1 because of the chief. That makes sense. I'm done. Alright. Let's make a huge army. Let's go fetch something here. The Sabas works with the Ravager. It's probably the better of the ones that we have here. Can also block. It's going to be a 2/2. Yeah, makes sense. They played the bridge. And wow, we have those as 10/10s. This is an imp. Okay, well, they conceded. Alright, that was good. So this is an imp. I was thinking maybe they wanted to sacrifice a Thopter for a 4/4, so we needed to check that real quick. I don't know why they paid life. That was kind of weird. So here our play is to... I'm trying to figure out this kind of board stalls because I'm not really used to playing with the Ravager, for example, which is kind of a weird card to have. Sorry, to play with. I could attack with all, they block something, like they need to block this or they die. They double block here, they take a lot because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to sacrifice. So we can sacrifice 5 things, sacrifice this, that's 6 counters to something, that's lethal, yeah. Alright, so if they didn't have anything, we had lethal. Oh, they can make a serval. I don't know, the math is really difficult, but I think we had lethal. Like just attacking and sacrificing things. Alright, let's go to the second match. Alright, match number 2 against Negru. They are on the 41 card special. Interesting. Alright, I'll see. Okay, yeah, nice. Alright, come on. Okay, they are deciding whether to play or not, so I'm going to pause for a bit and come back when they decide to start playing the game. Alright, let's see, we have... Can we use this Mox Opal? I think so, right? Turn 2 at least. We can play like turn 1 Hex Parasite, turn 2 Mox Opal, Bone Splitter equip. Yeah, that's good enough. It's like, not great, but good enough, I guess. And remember, this can target your opponent's stuff, so it's kind of removal against some stuff. Like for example, if they have like +1/+1 counters or planeswalkers, you know, so it does do things. Right, let's play the Parasite here and pass. I don't want to expose my Mox Opal. I can use it next turn if they don't kill my thing. I haven't seen a lot of bolts in the red slots, you know. They have like some, but not many. Alright. This makes it a bit better. Alright. So I can play the Copter. I think I prefer to drop the Copter right now. Let's start by attacking, I think. Alright, let's play the Copter. I don't think there are two CMC counterspells, but we'll see. Split that. Now the question is, do we want to drop the Bone Splitter? I think so. We don't have any creatures though. So if my Parasite dies, I don't have Copter, so I think I'll just pass and hold this kill. Just in case. Like my Parasite has a lot of value. Yeah. I need to do that. I need that to crew the Copter, so annoying, but what can we do? Again, I don't think there are many red removal spells. Okay, that's big, right? Okay. So I crew attack. I don't want to equip the Bone Splitter. I prefer to drop the Steel or the Casket though. If I drop the Steel, I can start bashing for a bunch. Casket can remove this. This adds so much mana. I think I'm going to do that probably. So in that case, I just attack first. Alright. I think I want to remove this more than anything because it generates a bunch of mana. Just by itself, it's a taps for 2. We'll see. This Spare Capsule is pretty good. The bridge doesn't do anything for me right now. I'm going to drop that. Alright, now we drop this. Sure. Now the question is, do I drop the Capsule or the Bone Splitter? Capsule can be pretty good if they just have artifacts. Next time I'm probably going to play the Tempered Steel if I can. So I think I prefer this in that case. Because if I play the Bone Splitter, in order for it to do anything, we need to draw land, and I don't want to be in that position. Okay, the Exemplar is pretty good too. Let's drop that. And sadly, I can't play the Tempered Steel this turn unless I draw land, so I'm going to equip the Hex Parasite. Yeah. just do it like so. Could do it in one beginning of combat phase, but it's the same thing. This just gets pumped, so maybe they have like -2, -0, something like that. No, because they can't really respond to that, so I don't think it's make a lot of sense. Yeah, let's just drop that. And I loot there. There is an argument to not loot, but I think it's correct. Because I want to keep my temper steel. It's a nice play next turn, but still. Alright. So this is a very aggressive hand and they are doing nothing. Alright. So if I play the temper steel, I attack for 5-10, right? So that's lethal. If I play this, I attack for 3-6-9. So yeah, I prefer to do this. And now I'm going to do it like so. In case they have something that gives -2, -0 or something like that, I don't know. I just gave them a bit more room for them to make a mistake or to make a play, right? This is lethal, so you need to have something. Okay. I don't know why you let it attack, but it's alright. And Mystic Forge is a nice draw. Yeah, I think that's good insurance in case they clean the board. They're in a world of trouble here though. So we only saw 2 remove spells on Chief of the Foundry. So probably they have more blue creatures, I would guess. And if they just play like a creature blocker, I can just use the capsule. If they remove my Hex Parasite, I can use the Bone Splitter on the Exemplar for lethal. So I need to have like multiple things or like very specific answers. Okay, they do have a play. Ugin, alright. I don't think that works. Or maybe it is. Yeah, they just make a token. It's not an artifact, so I can't kill it. Alright. Okay, so now what I do is pass this here, use the ability here to pump my Parasite. And that's lethal. No matter what they block, they die. Nice. They will block the Exemplar and I pump my Parasite. Okay, yeah, we figured it out. Nice. Turns out that wasn't even enough. But yeah, making us play it makes sense. Alright, so they seem to be like a control deck of some sort. I like my chances against them. We have like Forsaken Monument, Mystic Forge, those are pretty good top decks. We have Gear of Runes for protection, plus the skill. Dispeller's Capsule, we didn't see anything, but very weird if you don't have any artifacts or enchantments. Alright, so is there anything I want to put in? Like the Clockwork Servant seems fine, but I don't think I care about that. Master's Call is another one, that's fine. Yeah, I think this is okay. I'm just going to submit. Yeah. This is against creatures only, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Oh no, any target. Okay, so that's not bad, I guess. It's like I don't care about that just yet, but okay, so this is a bit flooded, but we have the Ursa Saga, we have a Mox Opal. So I'm probably going to keep it. Okay. Alright. So let's just play the Brute, attack for 1. Next turn we can play... Oh no, we can't really... Oh. Remove that stop, it's going to bother me a lot. Next turn I can't use the Opal. Right, so I can play like a bridge, play the Opal. Oh, okay. But I have 2 mana, I don't have enough. Still, okay. I'm probably going to crack the bubble, not going to play around anything here. Okay, that makes it so the Opal is free, I can play that. So I play... Next turn I'm going to play the Chief of the Foundry for sure. So I think I prefer to drop a bridge right now. So like, first attack for 1. If they play a flash blocker, I don't know if there is in the format, I don't think so, I can give it evasion. But most probably it's just going to attack for 1. But this is also to give them, like maybe I have only 1 land, you know, and maybe they want to remove the Gingerbread right now before it takes too much damage or whatever. So if they have a Galvanic Blast, they can use it now. Alright, we hit them for 1. Pretty sure this is going to connect, but we'll see. Alright. And now, just play a Husk, play a Bridge, and pass. Just in case I want to, maybe I don't need to use the Opal yet, and if I don't need to use the Opal, I want to save it for Traxos to untap it. Alright, so we have 2 1/1s, nice, nice. The problem is that this is a black token, so it doesn't really work with the Chief, which is annoying. But... Okay, they went searching for red. And they missed a land drop, so they don't have Chief of the Foundry in hand, and probably they have at least something with double red or 2 red spells, or many red spells maybe. Alright, so what do we do here? Again, we drew a spell, so probably just play the Chief. And if I do that, I need to use the Mox Opal. Yeah. They could have the Mana Leak, that's 3 mana with Metalcraft. They don't seem to be playing many artifacts though. Alright. So if they have the Blast, they can use it on the Chief, it's okay. Again, the Chief is pretty good, but it's only pumping the Gingerbread, so it's not such a beating. Okay, so they don't have removal. What do they have? Maybe they have like a double red spell in hand. Yeah, there we go. What's this? When you cast a non-creature, create an illusion. Excited at the beginning of the next sense. Okay. So it's a 4/4. I can save the Savas after we use the Traxos. I can play Traxos and Giver and not attack this turn. Otherwise I could give this evasion, but I think I prefer to drop things, especially because the Giver of Runes needs to be untapped for it to do anything. So let's play the Saga, let's play the Traxos. I can untap it next turn with the Savas. Just pass now. Alright, they might have a Smashing Success again. That could be annoying. Especially because that this triggers on your opponent's turn too, so they can use it to block. Pretty annoying. So they pass with mana, maybe I just attack with the Traxxas. And the tokens can block the Gingerbrute, so I need to be wary of that too. I can give protections to something though, so if they have a Smashing Sussex, maybe they use it now. Also, we only have one card in hand, so maybe they use it to kill the Saga or the Chief. If they let us untap, we are going to have the Giver of Runes, so that's a gambit. Let me say that. Alright. Yeah, triggers the Ursa. Let's play the Savas. Let's untap our big boy. Now, I don't think I need... Let's see, I can use... Put the Flare Husk here. This is a 3/3 in that respect. I can sacrifice my Sabas to trigger to make it a 4/4, but that's not enough. So I can just equip here. Right, I have enough for that. Attack for 9. I think I want to play my land here. And equip here. Again, I can give protection to my creatures, so if they have the success or something like that, I can just counter it with my Giver, which is a pretty good line. They still get a big thing, but Galvanic Blast, the Giver, okay. So in that respect, I just give this protection from red. So they can't block it. It still has trample, so it's not like they can champ block it, but the champ block is free, so getting it for night is pretty good. And I can use my Saga to go get a thing. Memnite, Hex Parasite, Bone Splitter, those are my hits. Okay, good to know. Sky Sovereign, that's pretty insane. They make a 5/5. That shoots something. That's the only thing that it does, right? I can sacrifice my Sabas to protect it. Do you want to do that? The thing is, if I do that, I don't have a token. You know, I think I just let this go. Okay, they just do that, weird. They don't even attack with the illusion. I would attack with the illusion for sure. Wow, these are 8/8s. Oh my god, Ursa Saga is so broken. What the hell? Alright. And we can get something. Bone Splitter. This is when it enters or attacks. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Alright, so I go fetch the Bone Splitter so I can equip on the Gingerbrute. They can't really block that. So I can attack with the Construct token, which forces a champ block of the Hellkite. Yes, and I can attack with the rest of the things. I don't even need to pay the mana to give it evasion. Because they only have one blocker, so they need to block here for sure. And I can just suit up this Gingerbrute. Attack with all. This is free. Yes, this is free. Alright. And they need to have something right now. And I will hold mana for the ability on Sabas in case I need to sacrifice something, like if they have a Steel Artifact or something like that. I have no idea what they could have. So again, they can champ block with either the Sky Sovereign or the mana from Hellkite. but they need to chump block here. Alright, there we go, they go to 1. There we go, that's the turn. And I have these that can sacrifice things. Just, but not sacrifice, but destroy them in case they have something, but we'll see. And they also need to have like a answer to the Gingerbrute, to the board. What's this? Transmute artifact, sacrifice, search your library. Okay. So I never saw this art. It's pretty cool. They sacrifice this Skysaur and go fetch something costing up to 8. Right? Is that how it works? Forsaken Monument. So they can play lands to gain life. What? Are you sure about that? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay. Let's go to the next match. See you then. Alright, we're in the finals against Yoyogam. Let's try to win this game so we can get trophy. Alright, what does this hand look like? It looks fine. We have 2 lands, not that many. We have protection, we have a mansion, we have a copter. It looks fine. Copter has been amazing. It's like so difficult to block, remove, and even if they do, you're really looted like twice. So that's pretty good, I would say. Alright, and the Bone Splitter plus Legionnaire is also a nice combo. 5-1 is very difficult to attack or block when they have first strike. Alright, we're on the draw though, which is kind of annoying. Okay. And now I think I just play the Brute, attack with this thing. Okay. Next turn we can play the Copter or we can play the Legionnaire. Depends on what we draw to. Golem. Alright. I think our best play is to play the Copter, so I'm going to just attack for 2 first. Drop this thing. And next turn we can play the Legionnaire and use that to crew the Copter. Depends on what they do. What this? I have no idea what this is. Remove cards from the top of your library, reveal an artifact, put it onto the battlefield. Deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed this way. Okay. If you have Platinum Empyrean, you need to have like only 1 order artifact for that combo to work, otherwise you're going to take a bunch of damage. Okay. So I can play this. Crew with the Memnite. If I crew with the Memnite, it's probably better to just do it like this. I can also equip the Bone Splitter instead. If I equip the Bone Splitter, I attack for 6. Yeah, that looks fine. And I have the Gingerbrute plus Bone Splitter combo. I can offer the trade here. If they take the trade, that's fine by me. Alright. I think I discard the Golem, so I can play the land, and I have more things to do next turn. Oh, they take the trade, interesting. Alright. They still take 3 damage. Okay. I think I just play the top lands. And next one I can use like equip, play the Legionnaire and have the skill up as a combat trick. Miss my tome, okay. And they have to scry right away. Good, 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 good. That's good for us. Okay, so next turn we can hit for 6 and play the Ursa Saga. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we have a land to discard too. Okay, alright, yeah, that was a beating. My deck seems pretty good. Okay, I don't know what they are doing. I have no clue. Also, I don't have many Cyberplan either. So let's just run it back, I think. Let me just quickly check. So Gold Mirror is a good magic card, but I think it's to do nothing for our deck. Like 2 mana 1/1 is very bad. Bonded Construct is pretty good if you have it and you have other creatures, but even with 15 creatures and like Player Husk and other things, it's sometimes difficult to have it, and this exposes you too much to removals, but that's why I don't really like it. I also don't have it in my Pauper queue, and a 1 mana 2/1 is pretty good in Pauper queue, but no way this is the downside it has. It's better on the defense, honestly, because you can use it to trade with a 2/2 or something like that. Generally speaking, that's what I try to do. Okay, Masticore can be good if we need more like top end. The rest is whatever. Gearhulk is kind of good against us, not the other way around. So, okay, so let's try to have another really good draw here. And so far, we haven't been punished for playing 14 lands, but that could change very soon. This hand is pretty good too. Have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop, or Temper Steel. Okay, they don't have a shock spell, they don't have land too, that's awesome. Yeah, let's play the Copter. In case they destroy this before it attacks or something like that, I can use the modular ability on the Copter. That could be kind of cool. Alright, next time I probably just play the Ravager. Maybe the Smith. Maybe the Smith is better early on. Oh, I have a Land Cycler. Alright. Go fetch the blue-red bridge. Right. It's kind of slow though. We are kind of popping off. Okay, let's play this. Trigger. Flare Husk. We can play it right now. Glowstone Golem. Just play the Husk, I think. We already have top end to play, so that triggers the Smith. I wanted to trigger the Smith this turn, basically. Okay, crew 1, tapping the token. Hit for a bunch. Yes. Discard a land. We have only 3 artifacts, so this costs like 4, right? Okay. Check real quick. Okay, yeah, cost 4. So next turn I can play the Temper Steel that bumps 2 of my creatures. It's plus 4 damage. It's pretty good. Glimmer Void. Oh wow. What do they have? Okay. I seem to be on some kind of combo deck. I have no clue what combo deck, but okay. So I can play the Exemplar plus the Steel. I can give this flying and I am attacking for 3, 5. This still costs 4, so I could play the Ravager plus the Enforcer, I think. No, I can't. Okay. Alright. I think I want to give this flying, so I can... Or just attack with this. I don't even need to give it flying. Just play the Steel. Crew the Copter, attack for 5 plus 3. That's a lot. And they can't really block, so I prefer to drop my Templar, my Exemplar instead. Okay, and now I can attack. Yes. And I prefer to not drop the land and make it flying and all that because I prefer to play the Exemplar instead. Or whatever else we draw though. We'll see. Probably discarding this Enforcer. It's not looking nice right now. Yeah, the capsule looks better, honestly. Yeah, just drop this. Can champ block if they want. Okay, they do not. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I play this. That pumps my Smith. I believe there are combos with this, right? If you have a creature, sorry, an artifact that generates 7 mana, and this is infinite. Maybe there is like a busted combo I don't know about. This could. Let's see. It has to be something very good here. Okay, yeah, we got there. Awesome. Yeah, this deck was busted. So happy for this. 306, so like not even close. Awesome. Let's go to my collection and open real quick the chest. Yeah, my deck was broken. It was so good. Ooh, that's cool. I think. Maybe not. An Angel's Grace. These cards are normally played, but the problem is I know these cards are like Infinite Dreadful, so I'm pretty sure this doesn't cost anything, even though they are kind of cool. So, alright. So yeah, that was more or less it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.